Alright guys, let me show you something before you go out there and buy this stuff. This is something you gotta check at the store or as soon as you get home. So I bought this a few months ago and I've had a lot of trouble with it, but I've had this in the past and I had no problems with it. So originally I thought maybe the brands maybe have something to do with it, but they're both gloss. So I just bought this today, tried it out, and I liked it again. I have a feeling that when I bought this, it was either sitting on the shelf or it was somehow contaminated and it wasn't working. So let me show you what I mean by that. Alright, so here we got just a piece of pine. And I'll go ahead and open this up. Now the first indicator is that you need to use channel lock just to open it. So here's how this pours. Now look at the color of it. So you notice how it pours and it's almost like honey. Now I do wipe this off, that way it doesn't get any worse. So here's the first indicator, right? So you take your little rag, bring the camera up here to the top. Yep, perfect. So we'll dip this in, and if you look at it, it doesn't really absorb. It does a little bit, but it really stays on top, and then it's obviously orange. So here we go, we'll just dab it off a little bit, and as you start applying it, at first glance, unless you've used the two different products, it actually seems fine, but probably within 30 seconds or so, this starts to actually stick to your fingers. You notice that? So it's already getting tacky, and I've only applied it. So let's say you are trying to finish this whole piece. We get a little bit more. Actually, I just dipped it in the wrong one. So now you're gonna try to, smooth it out like you normally would. By now, it's actually tacky right here. This is actually sticking to it. And it shouldn't be doing that, at least not yet. Normally, it might start doing that in about 10-15 minutes. But at this point, it's already tacky. So if you had a bigger piece, like if you were trying to do this whole board, and I've tried this, that's why I'm trying to show this to you, you'd get only about this far in, and you'd be working around here maybe, just applying it quickly. This would actually be tacky. So by the time you get to the other end, there's no time to actually smooth it out. There you go. You see that? It's already tacky. So what happens is if you try to do like a couple coasters or something, look, it's already sticking to my fingers. So I'm not saying it's the brand, but I'm definitely sure that this was either contaminated or it was just an old stock. So if that was the case, you should return it to the store and get your money back. Now let me show you what it's supposed to look like. It's actually supposed to be crystal clear. Maybe a slight yellowing. I will do a different piece of wood. Now this cloth I did about 10 minutes ago. I was actually finishing some other work, so it's actually still damp, but we'll still soak it up real well. And as you can see, it's a pink cloth, but it's white or clear. So as you apply it, first of all, there's no drag, it just glides on, because it almost applies like if you were just to rub water on. There's nothing to it. And it doesn't have, you don't actually see streaks. So with the other one there was streaks. With this one, no streaks. And like I said, you can apply all of this, let it sit there for a few minutes, and it just feels like water. It doesn't even feel like you're using a urethane. And that's how it's supposed to be. So you let it sit there for a few seconds, and then you would just wipe it back off. Well, not that soon. I would let it sit normally a little bit longer. But in this case, it's dragging. So hopefully you guys find this helpful information. It's supposed to be clear, not orange. These are old containers, so I have a few layers. That's not from today, but as you can see, it's orange, amber. Whereas this, you see that? It's almost like water, very liquidy. And this, of course, is very honey-like syrup, maple syrup. That's the perfect consistency. So definitely make sure you guys get a try. Let me know if you find this video useful. Thanks for watching.